This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Relief Windows, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.
Welcome for another edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Here we are, Superior Bait and Tackle on Seagan Lane. I'm your host, Gary Risponi, and the host of the show today, Mr. Trinity Outdoor, the Naval Adventures himself, Mr. Jason Bland. Jason, you got a lot of events. You got some events coming up. You stay running. I'm so glad to have you here. You're taking time enough to come and visit us because you've been having some videos I've been wanting to see. Plus, the other day, we were, I guess at a festival, we call it our bass tournament, but you had sac-a-lait fishermen, bow shooting, BB guns, food, cooking contests. I was by myself. We couldn't cover it all. You had a cameraman working, I was working. So where are we going with Trinity Outdoor Adventures this week?
Well, first of all, we're going to go back into time, and we're going to show you a video hunting trip with a little boy named Richard Roussel, the fifth, I think it is, because they got so many in their family, who has autism. He's from Garyville, Louisiana. We took him on a hunting trip to Rolling Hills Farms up in Buffalo, South Carolina. Blessed a few kids from the River Parish, South Louisiana area. It was totally awesome. You know, and with autism, I know you're a fond supporter of autism, and we're a fond supporter of other groups. And with autism, you know, their social skills. We're seeing so many kids with autism that are coming out their shells after taking them in the outdoors, and we make it fun for them. But you know, one thing, you never want to go ahead and scare kids, so that's why we do our homework and research like we do beforehand.
You got a lot of people helping you. You know, at the festival the other day, you know, I noticed that you had a lot of people helping you too. You had some of your hometown folk. You know, they had them from all over.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, it wouldn't have been possible. The success that we had, number one, for God, because he kept the weather. It's the first time we have an event where the weather was good. And actually, the hometown people, I always call it my mom and daddy's friends, because the retired people coming out from these, you know, they wanted something to do. So for the last 10 months, they've been able to help us with cooking, with come and help on hunting trips. And I mean, honestly.
Well, you know, St. James and all that parish, St. John the Baptist, all these parishes down in that area, they're very diverse. Got some of the better athletes that are coming from football,
you know that.
You know, Lutcher.
That's right.
You know,
I'm very fond of Lutcher Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, they've got other schools, they got a lot of other schools over there, St. Charles. I mean, we're going to get it all. There's a lot of them. I'm proud of everything.
That's right.
But you had some of your old friends and classmates there. Tell us about them, how you got them involved.
Well, some of my old schoolmates that I went to high school with, they have a group called Wildlife or No Life. And they've been reaching out to underprivileged kids, giving them a different avenue, getting them off the street. And Dwayne Winfield and his wife Brittany and Ricky Ross and Tweet, you know, all the guys that we went to high school with, you know, they're reaching out to more of the predominantly African-American youth and getting them off the street.
Not just
both. But you know what? And it's just been a huge blessing to be able to join forces with them, to guide them in the right direction, because we've been doing this for 11 to almost 12 years now, to guide them in the right direction. And
the biggest blessing of I see is they joining you.
Well,
you need some help, guy. I'm telling you,
so they did a phenomenal job at the festival with the kids fishing and the veterans fishing, and then, we're going to be showing some of the pictures. And you know, Chris and I were talking before, and one of the greatest things that you could see in today's world, let's just be honest about it, is one of the main topics is racism. And it's like when you get a kid, whether they're black, white, purple, green, and you put them in the outdoors, there's a common bond there. And that's one of the main things with Trinity Outdoors and with Wildlife or No Life, that we're trying to just bond these communities, bond these kids to a point to where we don't see. If we could play football together, we breathe together, we bleed together, let's do some hunting and fishing together. That's exactly right. And break
I agree with
worldly chains of what's going on.
You realize there wasn't no black cloud. Now, you know, I came over there.
That's right. We had
there
good
was
weather.
water in the parking lot, but nowhere else.
That's exactly right.
We'll be right back. Paradise, Louisiana.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
I won this boat fishing the CCA Star Tournament. Felt surreal for about a week.
My name is Amelia, and I'm from Abbeville, and I won this boat.
There's 100 redfish waiting. It all starts Memorial Day weekend. Sign up today.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Trinity Bass Tournament. Trinity Outdoors Disabled Events and Bass Tournament. What was it, Jason?
It was more of a festival. You know, we had good participation with the boats coming in and stuff like that.
Sixth annual? Rob
This was the 6th annual. We call it a family fun field day. And it's just growing and growing. And it wouldn't have been possible to put it on without Shell, Associated Terminals, Samuel and Sons, and Great River Industries, along with all the other sponsors. So I had to pull them out, you know, tell them thank you.
But, you know, you talking about festivals. I was a judge. I never forget. It was down for us cooked. I don't know what it did, but it was the ones that were there. Boy, it was very competitive. The food was outstanding. So we had the guys cooking, and
Did you get to taste?
I get to taste everything.
Yeah.
I was a judge.
Well, I'm sorry. I forgot I was so busy.
But before they started, I was telling them they was wanting to feed me like everybody else does, you know. But I tell you, I'm a judge. I don't want to see. I don't want to know where it come from because, you know, it comes with a number and you don't know.
Right.
So, but I was smelling that pot. I was taking pictures of them cooking. So, you know, we got them taking cooking. You had your camera person going on. And the judges we had, they were
A diverse
well.
group.
Yeah, they're pretty well known too. So
Yeah.
we got some pictures of them, and we got them cooking, and
And then Brand Scaflin came out there from Laplace, and they had those steak bites. I don't know if you, in them
but
poppers.
those was
Ooh.
for sale.
Yeah, but I mean, those
They
stood out to
sold.
me. But the jambalaya in the sauce piquant that Richard Roussel cooked. I mean, I got to taste everything after the fact.
But
And
the-
you talk
but
about
them
some good
poppers
food.
they were selling.
Oh yeah,
You know, we had Jordan Terrahana.
JT, originally from Baton Rouge, now residing in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nah, but let me tell you, you know, he was a big camera person.
He was. That's
And
how I
he
met
helped
him.
at it. That's right. He met us on one
On
of
a
your
hunt.
events. I think it was a rabbit hunt.
That's exactly
We
right.
won the rabbit hunt. So Chris and him were close. He got his album. You know, he gave out a few of his albums, and I brought them to my wife and people that know him. Some of the other things that you highlighted, I took some video. Your raffle, you have some outstanding prizes, you know, and stuff y'all built yourself and the
Correct.
crafts, and it was very good. I watched them out there shooting. They had lines of kids shooting the BB guns.
That was from the 4-H.
But-
They helped us out big time in the River Parish area. Scott Blank and them, and then Gotham Archery always comes and steps up, and they had the archery set up out there from the youth to the older people, and it was just very, very nice, you know.
I hope this helps people. So when next year, you know, sometimes we got up and down years. You had a pretty good year this year.
We did, we were
Especially your
blessed.
raffle, your auction items went pretty
Well,
good.
we started JC Woodcrafts, and actually we help employ disabled people to do woodworking projects. This is all for us to be able to generate funds as a nonprofit group to be able to auction up to take these people hunting and fishing or send people to drug and alcohol rehab. So is being more productive and very lucrative as far as raising funds, because 90% of what is not donated, 90% of the funds we bring in is hard work.
I got some video of you running back and forth, and I didn't get to talk to you too much. Everybody was pulling on you. You know, are you getting taller? Could you be looking up to you right now? I always looked up to you.
I looked at the film last time, and you're a little bit shorter than what I am.
Well, I know I better be a little shorter than you. But look, let's think about that bass tournament. That way, and we showed some of the way in, and we talked to the winners last. There was some monster fish coming in this time of year with all the hot water. Not only did they come from right there, the Blind River where we was at, St. James Boat Club.
A lot of them came out of Lake Buff.
I know, the majority. Right. 6 out of the top 10 come out of Lake Buff, I believe.
The team who won actually is married. The guy's married to my godchild, Emily, Anthony Malazza and Wesley Barnes. So you know, they did a good job because they came in with a 6-point-something-pound big bass.
They had 4 fish over 6 pounds.
That's right, and then they had 20.16 total weight. You know, and I was very impressed because that's the first tournament he actually
5
wins.
fish, people holding up fish. They were beautiful fish in these kids. A couple of times, we left a name out. We got the list. Your Waymasters. Mention them. They did a tremendous job.
They did. I have to point them out. In the Waymaster was
y'all had 40-something boats on a day like that?
Correct.
Almost 50 boats.
The Waymaster was my nephew, Gabriel Bland, and instead of going fishing, this is how people are stepping up. He said, Uncle Jason, how can I help you? And I said, I need a Waymaster this year. He says, can I be it? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'll teach you what you need to teach. And then what was even better than that, so he learned right on the spot of correctly weighing, you know, the fish, measuring them, making sure they follow all the rules and everything. But the greatest thing after that was the catch and release program that we did after that. And we had about 6 or 7 youth that we taught how to revive the fish with the Wildlife Agents Association, you know, right there, releasing, making sure, and pretty good odds, I'd say, out of all the fish that came in, I think we only had 1 dead fish that was brought in dead. So, you know, you're talking about 200 fish.
Yeah.
So that was a blessing to see these kids interact and just teach them the outdoors.
The queens.
Oh man, we got to talk about them.
All those queens there. I got some pictures. I got 1 or 2 of them to dance. I know everybody. I love to see me dance. No, I didn't have. I'm shooting cameras, so I don't know if your girl got me dancing or whatever. But I did dance, but I always dance one time with your mother.
Right.
Your mother and your daddy is a good dancer.
My mama will always be a queen. But one of the queens, I gotta mention her name. But we have Faith Mader and Juliette Delot. Juliette Delot just made. She's our older queen. We had an interview with her. You did. She was at the Acadiana banquet. She just made the Sensations. So that's awesome because now we got a beauty queen for Trinity Outdoors as a sensation now, you know?
You know, I didn't know that, but I know I picked her out being a superstar when I first met her over there in Acadiana in Scott, Louisiana. I tell you what, she talks well, she acts well. She might be Miss Louisiana one of these days.
Maybe so. One of them we were missing was Eden Thornton, and she's our disabled queen. We've got 3 of them. She's our disabled girl, but she had surgery, so she couldn't be there. But man, we have been blessed.
We had some disabled kid dancing.
Oh yes, and it was awesome, just totally awesome.
Let's take a break, Jason. We're gonna come right back because we're gonna talk about our sponsors.
Sounds good.
When you gonna get me some sponsors? No, I'm just joking. But stay tuned for more. We'll come back to Paradise, Louisiana.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
In the tradition of Louisiana's favorite seafood season, we're bringing home fresh catch seafood straight from Louisiana's Gulf Coast bayous and byways. At Little Village, Stabs Prime, Palermo, and Stabs in Central, our seafood dishes are made from the freshest ingredients. Seafood harvested straight from Louisiana waters, turned into delicious dishes to be shared with family and friends. From local people who appreciate local flavor.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. I'm Jason Bland. Listen, the bass tournament that we were just talking about in the festival is all ways that we have to raise funds. So what we're about to show you is one of the deer hunts that we raised money for, and it's with Richard Roussel V. This kid has autism. He's about 11 years old. He's from Garyville, Louisiana, and we're taking you right now to Buffalo, South Carolina, with Dimlet Studios and Total Productions. Y'all check it out.
Hello, Alan Brewer, and welcome to Rolling Hills Farms 2018 Gift of Life Youth Deer Hunt. Today we're hunting with young Richard Roussel. Rolling Hills Farms hosts a special needs youth deer hunt annually with Trinity Outdoors Disabled Adventures. And Richard has autism. He's highly functional, wonderful kid, and loves to be in the woods and loves to deer hunt. The purposes in these hunts are not only to just harvest deer, but to teach these kids the beauty and the wonder of God's creation, watching the woods come to life. And not only that, but to build confidence in them to overcome challenges they may face in life in general. I am truly blessed to have the opportunity to sit here this morning with Richard and his dad and just to watch the excitement on Richard's face as he glasses a food plot, and excitement and anticipation of that elusive buck that he has dreamed of. As Richard watched and waited with great anticipation, his patience finally paid off.
Oh, look at the can. We got it. Oh, really? Oh.
Look, come look. Come look. Come look at you. Come look. Come look.
Golly, Dad. You really did get that thing.
Give me 5. Awesome, dude. All right, you ready?
Daddy,
Here, come on.
I'm coming. Don't worry, dear. Here I come. I'm coming. I'm coming. Now, where is just one more step?
There you go.
Now, now I'll show you the way to the deer.
Let's go. Let's go.
This way.
Let's go.
The deer must be around here somewhere. There he is. He's right over there. My deer.
Huh? Are you happy? Look at him.
I got you, man.
Come over here.
I got you, dear. I won't let you go. I got you. Can we take him back to the camp?
Well, yeah.
Ready? On the count of 3, ready? Count me down, Dad, as I lift this deer up. Ready? Help me up.
Okay.
Help this deer up. Ready? Count me down. 3. Count me down. 3, 2, 1. Guess what I just shot? Yes. I just shot a deer.
What kind of deer?
It's this one.
Say a big buck deer.
A big buck deer. And it's right here.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Are you excited?
Yeah. Mom.
What?
Mom.
Mom.
Watch. You want to see? You want to see? Mom. Where'd you go? Oh. Can you turn the light on? There you are. Mom, check that out.
Well, put it down. Put it down.
That's a big one. We gotta go get the buggy now.
Guys, this morning, this young man has been hunting so hard.
And we just shot.
That's right, and he just got his first deer or first buck?
First deer ever.
First deer ever over here at Rolling Hills Farms with Demlet Studios and Trinity Outdoors. And we just have to tell number one person, God, thank you for letting us harvest this animal, correct? And putting food on your table. And then we want to thank everybody who was associated, the sponsors that came forth.
What about
everybody.
What about if we'll go see Williams deer?
We're gonna go see Williams deer. Guys, look. Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot more footage that Demlet Studios and Total Productions is going to be showing you. Just watch. Richard's ready for us to lift this deer to put it up in the back of the buggy. What you think, Dad?
That's awesome.
I gotta say.
Awesome.
I gotta
Thank
say.
y'all. Thank y'all.
Wait, I gotta say. Guys, let's get this deer into the buggy and then go see Williams deer.
Come give me a big high five.
Let's
heard
go.
the boss.
Let's
Did
go,
y'all hear
Dad.
the boss?
Wait, Dad. I want to pick it up. Wait, I gotta pick it up.
Well, come on, help us drag.
Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
Go.
He's helping us like that. He's going to give us encouragement right here.
Daddy, faster.
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 We're getting too old, buddy.
Daddy. Oh, somebody else just shot. Hey.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and you know we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana Fish Fry. My new favorite, the Cajun Fish Fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana Fish Fry.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
In the tradition of Louisiana's favorite seafood season, we're bringing home fresh catch seafood straight from Louisiana's Gulf Coast bayous and byways. At Little Village, Stabs Prime, Palermo, and Stabs in Central, our seafood dishes are made from the freshest ingredients. Seafood harvested straight from Louisiana waters, turned into delicious dishes to be shared with family and friends. From local people who appreciate local flavor.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Welcome back with Jason Bland with Trinity Outdoors and Disabled Adventures. Disabled Adventures, excuse me, Jason. Jason, they got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm gonna start with you. You got an event coming up too, and I might be able to be there at 3rd, but I would love to be there the 4th because I got 2 events that day. We got the state championships coming up for Rodeo, for the high school championships down in Amelia. tell me now, this trail ride. You know, one time we mispronounced where it was that supposed to be a Halloween just.
Correct.
Tell us about this, and especially about my Zydeco buddies.
Well, I tell you what, on May the 3rd and 4th in Iowa, Louisiana at Daigle Farms, we're going to be having a trail ride, first annual trail ride. And I've never had a trail ride before. I've never been on a trail ride. But Mr. Glenn Daigle and all that Rabidoo's kitchen over there up in Iowa, they said, let's go ahead. We see the hard work that you guys are doing, and let's go ahead and do a trail ride for you guys. We got Mr. Leroy Thomas coming on Friday night.
These trail rides are very big from Irwinville all the way to
And then Gino Delafonce on Saturday night. And I've got people calling from West Texas right now that are coming in from Circle T Wildlife and all these guys that support us. They're coming in. They're coming with their horses.
You know, he's at the Duck Festival. You know, I've been on and played the washboard with Gino.
That's what you told me.
You know, he's Cajun, Creole, whatever. But let me tell you what.
He Creole.
His first name, what did he say? Gino?
Gino.
What kind of name does that sound like?
That's Italian.
I don't know, but he is tremendous.
He is.
That's going to be a lot of fun. And giving them dates again, and that's
May the,
people over there.
Friday, May the 3rd, and Saturday, May the 4th.
Okay. Now, we got a clay shoot coming up. It's a little far in advance, but let me tell you what, they still got openings for teams. It's a big deal down in Maurice. The Dreams Come True, their clay shoot, that's June the 8th. You see this on a thing. By the way, they picked up Giles Automotive. You hear about Giles Automotive, always so help with the Black Baptist churches that were burned. They stepped up and been doing a lot of fundraising. So Giles Automotive is one of the big sponsors. They got a lot of sponsors, just like you do.
Yeah, Mr.
That's
Bob
June
is a
the
very
8th.
good guy.
That's Miss Prejean, Becky Prejean. She does a tremendous job. We've been involved in that since last year and a few years before. That's the Dreams Come True. Don't forget, that's June the 8th. We'll probably remind y'all later. And a little news right now, the LA1 Coalition, I got a newsletter from them. The House Bill 578, it's in the legislature this time. It's by Representative Tanner McGee. Is trying to get some more funds. LA1 Coalition, to the infrastructure on the LA1, and you know how important it is for as oil and gas and everything else, and recreation. Anytime you go on the Grand Isle, anytime you improve that to places that we go for recreation and hunting and fishing, whatever. So it's a plus. So I want to thank y'all for that. Check on that bill. You can check the House and watch the newspaper. CCA Conservation Partnership just finished phase 2, the Sycamore Point Floating Islands. That was a big deal. I just got a newsletter. Nice. Go to CCA website and see what all is done and what it's going to do. As far as events and news, I think that's all I got. When we come back a little bit later, I got a whole list of tournaments coming up. So stay tuned more. Paradise, Louisiana. We'll be back.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave in crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
Captain L.J. Cazo with New Orleans Fishing Charters. And we down in Shell Beach, Louisiana, St. Bernard Parish. And we heading out. It's a beautiful springtime morning right now. We're going to go through the Wyclosky Bridge in a minute. Y'all going to see that. That's what you hear on the radio. So yeah, we're going to go target some redfish today. It should be a great day. We got a good incoming tide all day long. We're going to go run out and look for some clean moving water with bait. And that's what we're looking for. And we're going to move around, fish conditions. We're not necessarily fishing spots. We're fishing the conditions. So we're going to go read the water and see what Mother Nature has to offer. I'm highly confident we're going to catch us some beautiful redfish today. He got a good one. That one feels a little better. And the water's still dirty. You can't see it. There you go. All right. You know what we're going to do now? We're kind of catching them one after the other right now. And Jeff's got one on right here. It looks like a good fish. It's kind of hard to see with the water being dirty, but he's holding it up as high as he can. It's not ready to come up yet, but it'll come up here in a minute. Oh yeah, good fish, yeah. See, that's why we throw him back. You can keep them at 16, but when you're catching them like this, why keep them, you know? This is what we're catching right here. To me, that's a perfect size red. It takes a little bit. They pull pretty good, huh, Jeff? Look, we're catching them one after the other. Every time the cork hits the water, there's another fish. There you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Good fish. Round it up. There you go. Good fish, boy. Oh, sweet. Coming right in. Yeah, he's in the boat. He's going for a boat ride. Good job. Take that, John. That's right. He's got another one on up there. They one after the other. Putting the hook in the shrimp, and we fishing with live shrimp, and we throwing it out. The water is a little dirty, but we throwing it out there. Once it's casted, and we tighten the line and pop it like that, and then just keep the line tight. And the cork, there you go. She's hooked up. So there it is. They're one after the other. All right, babe, you got it. Good fish. Good fish. That's the Laura. All right.
Where's my picture?
When we first got out here, we didn't have time to do anything except for start catching fish. They were on immediately, one after the other. The water's a little dirty, but the fish are here and we catching them. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a good fish. That might be a bull. I mean, he's pulling. I see the size of the tail when he broke water. He got a little color, huh, Jeff? He might have came out of one of them shallow ponds a minute ago. All right, you going for a boat ride? Oh, that's a good one, sister. Good fish. Bring him this way, Laura. Okay. See if he'll come this way. See if he'll call him. He's going for a boat ride. Ooh, good fish. Good fish. They say when his tail is blue that they're feeding, and I guess it's true because he's in the boat. Come on in here, take a boat ride, brother. All right. Blue tail, huh? You got a blue tail? Yeah, he got a tail. He's got a blue tail on him. Okay. There you go. Laura, you see how she goes? Got him off the wheel. Crank this thing. Crank on it. Crank on it. Oh, he's got a little color. He must have just come out of a pond.
Don't need the net, man.
Ready? Just have it right now. We'll bring it into the net.
As soon as I click the bail over, right under.
Oh, he's got 2 dots on his tail. We have 19 beautiful reds in the boat. We're throwing back 16 and 18-inch fish. It's unbelievable. Whoop, whoop. All right, go.
Don't lose this one.
Here we go. Okay. All right.
As soon as you put them in the water.
We need the net. Jeff said I'll whip it in the boat. All right, beautiful. 25 by 8:30. 2 people fishing, 1 person netting, 1 person grabbing shrimp, and that's one of the ice chests. There's another one up front. I'm Captain LJ out of Hopedale. I'm with New Orleans Fishing Charters, and you're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
I'm Brett Favre. As a quarterback in the NFL, if I didn't stay focused, I ended up on my back or worse. Even the smallest distraction could make a good play or offensive drive come to an end. When you're in a car, the smallest distraction could end much more than a drive. It could end someone's life. Just like I refuse to lose on the field, I refuse to lose someone I love to distracted driving. And you should too. Focus on the road. Don't drive distracted. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're gonna show up on time, we're gonna do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
Welcome to the Rodeo and Tournament Report here in Paradise, Louisiana. Let me start again and talk about store. Early bird sign up. Bottom believes the early bird sign up is Tammy Taylor, the winner from Lutcher.
Come on now.
Yeah, coming from Lutcher. She's the early bird winner. Sign up early, big deal. You know, that starts Memorial Day and runs all Memorial Day weekend and runs all the way to Labor Day. So get in early.
It's a
got
great
a chance
thing.
to win a prize and help you to remember. Don't forget, CCA, one of the biggest rodeos around. and they increase every year. They increase the prize. Also, coming up quick in Memorial Day weekend is the Grand Isle Trout Rodeo. Trout Championships, you can call it whatever you want. People out there now, some of my buddies are catching fish right now. They turn them loose. They be like them bass fishermen sometimes. Out there, if they get over 24, 25 inches, time of visit rain, and some of them guys, they releasing those trout. Nice. The high school state tournament is May the 4th. Now, that's Saturday. That's another thing. We got a lot of events, but this is real big. This is the state tournament, and they've been qualifying for it all year. They're gonna put in at the Amelia Landing down below Morgan City, but the weigh-in's gonna be at the Morgan City RV place on Lake Palouse, you know, at the corner there. So
kind of close to Dry Ross.
They do it. Another tournament that came in was the Boomy Shoots Memorial Trail. And they had 23 boats this past Sunday. It was windy, cold, muddy, a lot of water. Guess what? They still catch fish. It was out of Jack Miller's. First place was Steve Fontana and Gene Andre, 12.9 or almost 13 pounds. They had big bass also at 4.8. I asked Steve where he caught them big fish on. He said he caught it on a buzzbait early, then the rest of the day they sent punching. So they weighed in 5 fish. Wayne Majors and Shannon Fairchild, they come in second with 10.90. Excuse me. The next Bayou Saw tournament, our next tournament is the Bayou Saw May the 5th on either side. The elite redfish. I got a report because them guys that were fishing, and one of the tournament fishermen was staying at my camp. They canceled the second day. They were supposed to send me a picture in the winters. My good friend that gave me all the information, fishing information, Captain Clint, he come in 19th, him and his partner. So second day was canceled. They didn't send me the report. You send it. I'll try to run it next week, guys. Y'all went to sleep on me. Well, one of the longest running tournaments has been going on at False River Cookie Jar. Friday night tournament out in False River. First place, Storm Randall, the guy that's been sending me all these reports and been fishing it all these 30 years. Storm Randall and Stuart Woodside. They had 5 bass and went 11.24. Second with 4 bass, they went 10.77. Billy Baggett and Randall Babb. Third place was can't even read that. Roland Lawson Peters, and they had 5 bass that weighed 10.55. They also had a big bass. They didn't say who caught it. They had a 4th place weight, but the big bass was 4.60. Westside Bassmasters tournament coming up. Very important. May 11th. The Westside Bassmasters 4th annual Veterans Open. May 11th out of Dry Roans, either side. Dry Roans landing down in Stephenville. Donations are going to the Wounded Warrior Project. Also, you can sign up that morning. You can early sign up. You can get in touch with people at Dry Roans or the Westside Bassmasters and sign up to fish the tournament. You can also sign up that morning at the store at Dry Roans. St. John. I'm going to give you more information there. Last year, they had a big tournament. They kept putting it back because the water was in the Bonacari Spillway.
That's what the
St. John Parish Sheriff's Office got their Kids Tournament coming up.
Mike Trigg.
Also, March 11th.
Great supporter of ours.
May 11th, excuse me.
Mike Trigg, great supporter.
Yeah, he was there. I pick on Mike all the time. He wants to fish all the time. And
he does. He's a big bass
Sheriff
fisherman.
Trigg is pushing this real hard. So,
what's the date on that again, you said?
May 11th.
May 11th.
May 11th. That's we'll give you more information. We're almost a month away. We'll be giving you more information on that. And that's it. So I think you got another event? You know another event thing?
No, but we need to talk about some Toledo Bend fishing over
We're gonna come back with the Berkeley Alfred Garcia fishing report.
My neighbor Tony, he looked at me and said, "Man, you're crazy. You're about to leave out in this weather." And I said, "Sir, I have a tag fish to go catch."
I won this beautiful boat catching a tag redfish in Venice, Louisiana.
There's 100 redfish waiting. It all starts Memorial Day weekend. Sign up today.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
Welcome to the Berkeley Albuquerque Garcia Fishing Report. Jason, you're going to hang around a little bit because you told me you got the report, but I'm gonna save you later. I want to get to Shoreline Division right now because we got some great reports. And it was a tough week last week. It's fish to be caught, and people caught fish, but you had to catch the day right. There was a lot of days you couldn't hardly fish. There's storms coming in, bad storms. They were warning you of tornadoes.
20-mile-per-hour wind.
Oh, yeah, and Sunday, the sun was shining, but that northwest wind was whipping.
Yeah.
So, but Miss Angie, like normal, she got some pictures and people caught fish up and down there. They got a lot of live shrimp and a lot of the lanterns down there do, but the people fishing in the Pontchartrain, they still trolling in the subdivision canals and the fish now, they're shutting down a lot of those stalls. So I have to get Dudley and Mike Gallo and all those guys that fish the lake, one of the guys to come back on and tell us now, how is it going to affect? They're shutting them stalls down in Bonacare, but the river's still coming up. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're just letting it go in there, but that water, that clear water is moving back and forth, and them guys are still catching them on the east end of the lake and a few of them on the trestle. Now, Miss Angie was telling me that Andy Jones, captain, and Clint, the almost is still catching all the fish he wants. I know he ain't catching trout every day. They come in there, they're catching a few trout, you know, some days and other days they're not. But redfish, again, are constant. Grand Isle, oh boy, what a report I'm still getting over there with them guys. They fishing the weather, they fishing the islands behind.
Catching.
Different place, they're fishing all the way to Leeville. They catching fish. You still got to fish the weather. They going to Leeville, they fishing the lakes, but behind the island, all the rocks and the little islands in there, they fishing and using live shrimp. They're using some plastic, but the main thing is live shrimp under a cork right now, from four by all the way to Fouchon area.
When we were small, we used to fish Elmer's Isle all the time. I mean, we'd be able to drive out there, and honestly, it's been that long, and since my accident, can you tell me a little bit about Elmer's Isle? Like, are they still able to fish that area?
Elmer's Island right now, they're not fishing too many people because of all the weather. I don't hear too much of them fishing off the banks, but it's getting summer now. You got to do walk, and you got to pull your little buggy.
So you can't drive a vehicle like back when we were growing up?
No, not you used to. No, you can't, and they're doing a better job of keeping it litter free. But
awesome.
A lot of those fish are caught off the bank.
That's good.
Okay, I mean, they're fishing by their boat, but they're fishing Elmer's Island. They're fishing the cuts, but not with all this wind and all this rough water, they're not doing it. They're going behind the islands and finding a better place. Now, let me go, Big Lake, another, the wind played hell with them last week. Pretty tough, but the week before, my brother, Jerry, he invited my daughter and her husband, my son-in-law, Warren.
We've been to that
and him and his
place.
wife, Brianna, they got camp. They went out with Mark Hughes, the guide, and they hammered them. I say hammered, they didn't quite limit out, but they had some beautiful fish. Same thing, shrimp under a cork.
Specks.
Speckled trout.
Wow, that's awesome. That's my neck of the
One or
woods.
two redfish. They were doing it over there, doing it. Right now, we're gonna go. That's all the saltwater I got. I mean, I've been getting Hopedale, Delacroix.
That's amazing that they catch it with all that fresh water that's coming.
Yeah, look, the big fish guy, C.T. Williams, Captain C.T., they've been over fishing with Jack and them people catching fish at Delacroix, people catching fish at Hopedale. These guys that fished most of these tournaments, Hopedale's been the hottest one. But you still, if I tell you to go down there in the wind, you find muddy water, you gotta move around. You gotta stick and move. You gotta stick and move and find these fish. But ask the people at the landing.
Right.
Ask
Like
the
Miss
people,
Angie.
they want you to come back.
That's
They
exactly
can tell
right.
you, some of them will tell you it's good sometimes when you call them because they want you to come, but not too often. If I give you a report,
it's coming in firsthand.
in fact, it's starting to cost me right now. They got some guys who are going to come up freshwater, got some beautiful fish. They didn't tell me where they were fishing. So, you ready right now? I'll let
Let's
you
go.
start off with freshwater. Go
Well,
ahead.
I tell you
Toledo
what,
Bend.
let's
the
go to
biggest
Toledo
place.
Bend. One of our good sponsors at Flowchem Technologies, Mr. Kenneth Marks. I call him Salt of the Earth. He has his place. He has a dock that goes out on Toledo Bend on the southeast side of Toledo Bend. Goes out into about 35 foot of water. The best thing about it, it's a fishing house. And you don't have to go anywhere in a boat to get out the wind because you just pop the floor open and they're killing the sac-a-lait right now over there. You know, it got tough.
He invited me at the Acadiana
at the banquet.
He told me, and I said, what about the wind? And he started laughing.
Yep.
I said, but they're catching fish in 25, 30 foot of water. He said, my pier goes out to 25,
That's exactly
35
right.
foot of water.
And just, you know, some of the reports just fishing off the bank or fishing off the docks. It's not
Where can
always.
if somebody want to book a trip, where can they find him? Don't wait till
Well,
I
he's
go.
not a guide, so we can't give out his information as far as, you know, booking a trip with him. But there are some sac-a-lait guides and, you know, brim guides and stuff like that. Or you can book Trinity Outdoors. You might not catch nothing, though, if we take you.
Well, you do. Really good deal. Going back to my buddies, they were Toledo Bend. They were fishing with Living the Dream. That's a big one over there. Got a bunch of captains. I think they were fishing with Captain Mike on the party boards. They had Mike Hill, Terry Hill, Kenny Guillot, and Briggs Bakley. That's his group. By the way, these guys can cook. Everyone, you don't ever go nowhere with Rick Capo, you don't eat well.
Can he cook good?
Oh my goodness.
Well, look, Mr. Rick,
he makes
I want
his
to
own
take you
wine.
up on it since I've never ate his food before.
You never ate a what?
I've never ate Rick's food before, so why don't Rick go ahead and come cook for us one day?
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I get him. You can get him. He's always in demand. So thank you, Rick. That's some beautiful fish they caught. You see him and Spano in this picture. The other guys didn't get in there. That was Living the Dream. You've seen them on other shows all the way around Toledo Bend. They stay booked. Okay. Toledo Bend also bass. Lunker program still going on. You can go to Lake Country, see all the reports. You go to their website, they also give you a fishing report. This is a place you want to hit it. My buddy James Shakes Snyder was on the show with me a few months back. He sent me a picture and he sent me some video. I just don't know if I can use it, but he was watching these fish hit these shad. And when the tide started moving, he was fishing the Reserve Canal. You ought to know.
That's my old stomping grounds.
Boy, yeah. In the Reserve Canal, he said there are 3 major canals. When the water started moving, the back end of them, the fish turned on. He was using rebel-type baits. He was using, jerk baits. Anything looked like a shad, a little bit of crankbait, shallow running crankbait, anything looked like a shad. And he was catching these size fish here. He got in this picture. So that's it. Fresh water. Spillway, you see these tournaments coming on? All your oxbows, people catching fish. False River, they catching. Cranking piers, or they're going in the south end, and they're fishing spinnerbait. Just like you find some little patches of grass, they're starting to come back, they're fishing spinnerbait. And it's a little different type spinnerbait they use than one of the old type spinnerbait. They're making their own spinnerbaits. They put trailers on them and different things, but that's how they're fishing in False River, my friends. Also, I'm waiting for the river start falling. Don't forget Old River.
The whole river. That's
you
the,
go
the
back
close,
in the
that's
woods,
the Vols
and you go
boys
back
neck of the woods.
and the barfish.
Oh yeah, I've caught over there.
And bass,
That's where we did all our alligator hunting right on Old
Right.
River.
Yeah, well, y'all were
The
a lot in the
sac-a-lait
Red
fishing
River
there
with
is great
Jason.
too.
But it's a long ways off right now. That river's still up. You got to get a steady fall and it starts clearing up. Even though it's be in the woods, you can fish it. Again, I'm gonna tell you, sac-a-lait, a real big Lake Verret area. All the lakes, Grassy Lake, all the lakes around there on the east end, finding a place to put in. Okay, Jack Miller's, they didn't have no trouble putting in. You can fish in there between Bay Natchez, Pat's Bay, all those areas that you fish in there. All those areas down south, in the marsh, in Amelia, by Black, all those areas right now, you can still catch sac-a-lait and bass. Got to fish the tide. Sac-a-lait right now, this time of year, people think they're right up against the bank. They're not. If you find grass, they're on the edge of that grass, almost in the middle. You go back a dead-end canal, you look for that, put your jig under a cart. By the way, the boys at Toledo Bend, they were using shiners and a black and chartreuse jig. So, what else we got fishing? I don't know, freshwater, that's it?
That's it.
Big Lake. Hey, Jason, thank you. A long show. I appreciate you doing it. Give me some more video on them kids.
I will.
Nothing I love more than that. And let me remind everybody, Jason will tell you, those parents and those kids, they don't spend one dime. Jason and their crew and the sponsors and the landowner, they furnish everything.
That's right. And one of the biggest things too is that we're looking for monthly sponsorships, monthly partnerships, prayer partners and stuff, you know. And if you believe and you like what you see, I'm asking people to reach out. We've been doing this for 10 to 11 years, and probably one of the biggest groups along the South that's blessing as many people as we're blessing. So you can contact us at www.trinitydisabledadventures.com.
Say it again.
That's www.trinitydisabledadventures.com, or get in touch with us. And we'd love to just partner up with you and become monthly prayer partners with you.
You can get in touch with me at Gary Paradise, Louisiana. I can get you in touch with them. You know, that's why I look for them blessings myself. You know how bad I've been all my life, but I tell you what, y'all Wish to Fish and
some good groups.
Veterans Help is starting to come back. All these people that I know that I work with, Wounded Warrior Heroes, if I smell anything wrong, I'm gone. But y'all done a great job. Thank y'all for including. Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have some more special guests, just like Jason.
Might have a neck brace on, though.
I ain't going to bring you on. We'll see y'all next week.
Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K, Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, CCA Louisiana, and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament, Relief Windows, and by Farm Bureau Insurance.